Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new Locals feature match. Here we are in the fourth and final round of features for May 20th Locals. This is also going to be the last feature match I upload in the old format before we head into the new format. I'm not sure what day this video is going to be going up, but it should be before June 5th, the day that the new ban list goes into effect. And hopefully I can get some new list features recorded for you guys as soon as possible and get them posted to the channel. But here we have Cash on the right versus Mathmech on the left. Two decks that we're both affected by the new ban list, and we're going to see Cash go first, getting hit with Draw on Resolution, that race off. Also, these are the same players that have been on previous rounds. The Cash player was on in round 2 against Pure Runic, and the Mathmech player was on last round against Rika. Definitely check those out if you haven't already, and those matchups interest you. But, I mean, if the new format's right in the corner, they probably don't, so I completely understand that. But we're going to see our Kashtira player, I almost said Fenrir player, but Kashtira player, starting by special summoning Fenrir, special summoning out the Rise Heart, activating Rise Heart effect, banishing a copy of Unicorn from the deck, and yeah, I was gonna say, that was definitely a late mourner. Definitely a very, very late mourner. You gotta do that when the card is actually summoned. But yeah, they're gonna go ahead and activate Birth. Who needs to search for Unicorn when we could just technically summon it out of the deck using 2 cards, using the Rise Heart and using the Birth? Pretty cool way there of getting around draw. It reminds me like very similar interactions in Sword Soul when the deck gets rolled. They can use like Chi Zhao to use its secret effect to banish something from deck instead of adding a Sword Soul card, and then use like Otter to add back a Longian. So you technically search a Longian, but you didn't search a Longian. Technically, you know, searching Unicorn, but not actually searching. Really, really cool play there. So we're going to see him. I mean, it's probably not that cool in the grand scheme of things, but it's cool to me, all right? So we're going to see him go for a Rise Heart pass. Pretty, you know, decent board. It's not super extravagant, but I mean, it does enough, especially against this particular matchup there. No access to the graveyard is going to turn off that Sign Up Mining in the hand, and Nibiru is the 6 card. Classic 6 card. Wouldn't have mattered anyways in this hand in particular, since they did play around Nibiru very, very well there, ending on that Arise Heart as the 4th summon. And kind of curious to see what our Mathmech player is going to be able to do here. I'm actually second guessing myself here, because I'm pretty sure Sign Up Mining requires you to send the card from the deck to the graveyard. And I'm just going to pull it up really quick on my phone, just so I don't, you know, miss anything. Looks like they have Addition, though. Yeah, it does send a card from the hand to the graveyard. So they're going to normal diameter. They do have Addition. I believe that's Addition. And they do have the key extender there they need to get into Alimbertion. And they're going to detach to, importantly reminding them that those will get banished under the Rise Heart. And they get to search for any Mathmech monster. Yeah, so the last 2 cards in that should be Signet, Mourner, and Nibiru. And I'm not entirely sure what they grab here, honestly. I really don't know where this is all going to go. I mean, you gotta try, right, at least. I mean, if he did just outright scoop at this point, I wouldn't have blamed him, just for saving time. But it looks like he is going to go ahead and add a copy of Circular from the deck to the hand, then activate Circular. Which I was going to say, I don't think you, I don't know if he was actually trying to use the Circular there or not, but I was going to say, I don't think you can use Circular under cards like D-Shifter, Macro, Arise Heart, etc. It's a card, if it specifically says it does have to send something to the graveyard, even at its cost, you still have to be able to fulfill sending a card to the graveyard. Same reason why you can't use things like Veiler, Droll Lockbird, other hand traps under certain macro-like effects. But I mean, he does have Nibiru, and also going to use the, remember to use that effect of Arise Heart here, mandatory effect of Arise Heart to attach a banished card, and they're going to attach the Addition, I think. Or that might be Subtraction. They look very, very similar. I mean, maybe they're just going to pass with those hand traps they have and hope that they play into the Nibiru when they're probably just getting OTK'd under 5 summons anyways with the amount of follow-up they have. So they're just going to go ahead and set Signet and pass. They're going to use the Arise Heart during the end phase there to banish that set face down Arise Heart effect, to go ahead and attach one to it. And they're going to go ahead and take a look at what that set card was, and it is a bluff, just a Signet mining there. And they're going to draw for turn. They've got Terraforming in hand as well. That could come in very clutch here to grab more extenders, but they're just going to go ahead and activate Birth. Plain and simple, that's going to bring back Fenrir. Activate Fenrir effect, and is Mourner a monster that requires to hit the graveyard here? I just want to look this up. It's not. So I don't know if we're just holding Mourner for the next game, but that was definitely something you would want to Mourner there. And we're special summoning Unicorn, and now we're going to go ahead and use Mourner on the Unicorn. I mean, I guess that's fair enough. And they're going to go ahead and reattach with the Arise Heart. And they're just going to go Battle Phase, Fenrir, Battle, and then Banish on the attack declaration. And then redeclare 27, 28, and 33, which is definitely game there. And yeah, we're going to see Cash take game 1 there rather easily. Rise Heart go kind of crazy against this deck, especially with the hand that they opened. No Small World to be able to get into a Jitsukiru. Definitely hurts quite a bit. So we're going to see Mathmech open up quite a few hand traps here. I think that was a Cosmic Cyclone. Be good to trade with something like Birth or even Rysoth if they need to. And I think that was one of the not good Mathmechs. I think it was the same one they saw the previous turn. That might be Addition. And I'm just going to go ahead and look this up as well. Yeah, that is Addition, right? Yeah, that's Addition. Subtraction looks very, very similar. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and use Addition on the Effect Veiler and special summon it to the field. As Addition says, target one face-up monster in the field. You cannot special summon monster from the extra deck for the rest of the except for Cybers. Special summon this card from your hand. If you do, the target monster gains 1,000 attack. Okay, so then we're going to link into the Almirage, which is a Cybers, allowing them to go into Splash Mage and Splash Mage effect, bringing back the Addition there. And now if I had an Imperm there, I'd definitely be Imperming the hell out of that Splash Mage. Not letting them get to a double draw too. I mean, like, they had to go so minus. They had a normal summon a hand trap, and they've already used that extender in of the the Addition there. But they're gonna Imperm the pay 1,000 to draw on their turn, but they're gonna pay 1,000 to draw again on the next turn. That does find them a hand trap, so that's pretty good. They've got Ogre, Veiler, Ash, and a Cosmic. So they've got 4 interruptions, even though they've literally got like little to no engine. That's one of the crazy things about Mathmech. It's a 1-card combo deck. They can have hands of Circular with 4 hand traps and get so much off just the Circular. So they're going to activate Rysoth. They are going to Cosmic that. I feel like maybe it would have been better to hold the Cosmic for something like Birth, but then again, they have Ogre for Birth as well. But then they have to wait for them to use the Revive effect, and they could just Cosmic it on activation. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, they're going to special summon Fenrir and then activate Fenrir effect. That's going to get hit with Effect Veiler. And they still have 2 hand traps left in deck, and they still got that Decode Talker Heat Soul. I almost forgot his name there, but they still got Heat Soul. But it only has 2,300 attack, so the Fenrir will be able to beat over it for 100. And checking their graveyard there. And I'm not sure what else the Cash player will be able to do here if they don't have something like Birth, or they don't have something like Rise Heart. The hand traps may have been enough to, well, I mean, Veiler and Cosmic in this case, may have been enough to hold off a slightly subpar Kashtira hand. But a little contemplation here from our Cash player, and looks like they will just go ahead and decide to pass turn as our Mathmech player draws another Ash hand filled with hand traps. They're very unfortunate. So they're going to go ahead and pass turn, or they're going to attempt the Fenrir effect again, and they are going to Ogre that That I feel like was definitely a huge misplay. I feel like there's no way you ogre that. You definitely, I feel like in that case, you definitely ash the Fenrir 100%. Because now they just get the Unicorn Search for free anyways. You ashing it, you're still losing a card from the extra deck. I feel like that was definitely a bit of a misplay, but you know what happens, right? So they're going to lose the Update Jammer from the extra deck, turning off the double attacking access code. And they've got... Yeah, and imagine if they had the Ogre still. They could have Ogred that Birth, and that would have bought them another turn. You know, maybe a Circular, I don't know if it would have been enough to beat Fenrir and Unicorn on the next turn, but they definitely misused their hand traps there. But either way, that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Last but not least, a big shout out goes to our Divine Level channel members who are Misfit, H8 Cyber, Cadillac 84, Pony Stark, and Green. Thank you guys so much as always for your very kind and extremely generous support of the channel.